Yo, what's up, homies? It's your boy LowTide, and I know I have a different tone and stuff for this video, and that's because I sort of want to jump right into it, and then there's not anything really good about it, so I'm not going to be like hyped up or anything. I want to keep it real. So we're going to talk about something real quick. This is going to be a Let's Talk, of course. Let's Talk Saturday. For you guys who don't know what it is where we talk about anything and everything. Except for politics, because that starts a lot of bullshit. Religion's probably going to be one of those too. Anyways, to the topic of the hour, really. So, right now in my life, I have my own situation and a situation one of my friends got into, where it's apparent that it's, well, not, okay. Be you. It's not easy for a lot of people to be themselves, and it's apparent right now that the whole, like, it's easy for the whole world to not be yourself, and I feel like that's the biggest thing we all should do, but no one does it, because, well, the people who do it is very few and rare, and a lot of people who do are the people a lot of people look up and like, yeah, they're on the top, they're rich and stuff like that. But that's what I want everybody to do. Be you. Don't be someone else. You can't achieve as much or go as far if you are being a character. There's no reason for you to be this other person than you being yourself. Cause it's like following in someone's footsteps. Or if you created a character, there is no you getting to that same exact position that they are. Let's say you're, I don't know, you want to be Elon Musk. It's not you're inspired by him, you're aspiring to be him. There's a difference. When you're aspiring to be him, you want to be him. You don't care about the fact of him inspiring you. And that's where a lot of people, I think, mess up, because it's the easiest thing to do. If you look up at someone and, you know, they're inspiring you, you're like, yeah, man, I want to be like them. But that's not how a lot of people made it to where they are in their position. For example, Mark Zuckerberg, he didn't make it to his position by being like anyone else. He made it by being like him. And that's how everyone is supposed to do things. If you do it that way and you do it by being yourself, you create such a different thing. In my opinion, it's better to be you and have people either love or hate you, and then obviously there's probably people in the middle who don't really care. That's life, and I would rather be that than to simply exist as another character who sort of is there and just kill off your actual self, because that's really bad, not even just for your health, mentally, physically and spiritually. It's bad because there's this fake facade going on, and the facade itself will either hurt and break you without you knowing it, or it will hurt and break others around you. And that in and of itself, it seems like it's okay, but it's not. And if you truly go down to it, it really is not. I'm bringing this up, I'm not going to talk about the events exactly, but one of the biggest things, like I already said, is no one wants to be them. Everybody has this whole thing right now in life where if you want to do something, you know, you're inspired by somebody, but you always want to follow sort of what they did, if anything of the sort. You're like, alright, so let's do this because this person did this, not because I want to do this. I feel like it's very easy to fall into that narrative of, oh, so this person did this and they're where they are right now, so let me do the same thing. And the thing is, you won't get to the same position they did because they were being them when they made those decisions. And that's what I want you to do. Look at the people who inspire you and look at why they inspire you. That's the big part here, and apply that to yourself. Well, apply that to yourself, not imply, sorry. Like, if you look at a YouTuber, and I'm gonna use a YouTuber because I'm a YouTuber. You know, obviously every YouTuber sort of has someone they're inspired by. Let's say you're inspired by another YouTuber, right? Like in my case, you're inspired by PewDiePie. It's PewDiePie, cartoons, Umrecker, some of my favorites, you know. Why am I inspired by them? You know, break it down. You don't want to be like them because you can't be like them. You might try, but your personality is not their personality. You might try to talk like them, but you cannot, because you are you. And that's one of the biggest selling points on YouTube, but I'll touch more on that in a minute here. Or just in general, I feel like that's a big selling point. Shit, I like lost my train of thought. Give me a second. I'm not even gonna edit this out because I'm just very, very much on like almost. It's not a rant. I very much just want to talk about it.
That's it. The drone is under our control now.
Being you is the real thing. If you follow in someone's footsteps, you won't really get anywhere.
More Grenier inbound. Don't let them harm the drone.
Alright, so if you're looking up to a person, like I already said, figure out why you look up to them. I look up to Record, cartoons, PewDiePie, and a lot of people love to sort who are my favorite YouTubers, because one of the biggest things I noticed was the reason why is because they are being themselves with all their quirks, awkwardness, cringiness, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Animation, like animated voices, you know, being them. They are being themselves. It is one of the biggest things out there. And you know, they might not have always presented that, but at the same time they've always sort of done it. And their best videos have sort of proven that. And if you look at them now, a lot of them have proven that. I just want to state that it's like most people figure out that you know, if I want to do something, I can do the same thing this person did and, you know, get the same result. That's what everybody wants. Everybody's like, alright, boom, 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 bada bing, bada ba. I can get the same thing. But that's not the case. The case is, if you want something great in your life, I'm going to say be yourself and do what you want to do, not what somebody else does, not what somebody else wants you to do. That includes whatever your parents want you to do. If you and your parents don't agree with what you should do what you should do, not what they want you to do, what you want to do. It doesn't matter what anybody else does. Your parents might not be proud of you immediately if you say, nah, man, I don't want to do this, or yeah, no, I'm gonna do what I want to do. They might not be happy with you even, but later on in life they will be. And if they're not, then they're just really bad parents. And I'm sorry for anyone who has to deal with that. Okay, just everything in life, there's challenges for every little thing you do, especially more if you want to do what you love or what you want to do. There's more and more challenges. The challenges stack on sort of every day, and every day is a challenge. That's one of the great things about life. If you think about it, it makes every day different. There's always a new lesson to be learned, and that, I feel like, is something you should always take into account. Of, yeah, I might be going through something, but this is to bring me to my next step of doing whatever I want to do. It's a constant learning curve, and I think everybody should be doing that. It's a constant you know, as soon as you become stable, like, and I mean not mentally stable, because obviously some people, you know, mentally stable, that's fine. I mean stable in the fact of like getting used to your position, becoming comfortable. That's not a great thing. Keep on striving for more. Always strive for more. Now I'm sort of leading off into motivation here, which I can probably talk sort of well into, but I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna go right back to what I meant by selling point with YouTube, or just your personality being a selling point. So one of the biggest things when it comes down to YouTube, I'm a reference to YouTube because YouTube is my platform. You know, I don't know the future. I can't, you know, say I'm going to be the biggest YouTuber or really big or, you know, anything of the such. But that doesn't stop me from creating videos. It's going to continue because I love creating videos. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to strive for a bigger audience and continue trying to grow the audience. It's not that. It's my personality of saying, all right, let's be myself. I use YouTube as an outlet. So it's one of my great ways of being myself, and I've been more and more myself in real life, and it feels amazing. But the selling point is what I'm getting at here. If you look at any channel on YouTube, the biggest difference in between all channels has got to be our personality. I feel like nobody holds that as a selling point, because I remember when I first started off the channel, I even mentioned that to like a couple of my friends, and they were like, no, it's a selling point. And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, no, I was like, no, my personality is not a selling point. They're like, yes, it is. It's different. It's unique. You are you. No one else is like you. That's what the difference is. You might have people who are similar, but that's different. Just be yourself, and it can bring you places that you would never have guessed. Because you being yourself, only you could sell yourself. And when I say sell yourself, I mean if you're thinking about business or anything of the such, or even just a job in general. When you're doing an interview, what are you doing? You're trying to sell yourself to get the job. That's how you get the job. So by doing that, you're being yourself. You might be holding back and being very professional about it, but you're supposed to be yourself. And that is how you do it. You want to be you. If you want this other thing, to me, happiness is the best thing to follow. Don't follow money. Money to me is very stupid to follow. You might not have money in the beginning, but if you mean to tell me I'm happy off of my ass and I don't have a fuck ton of money right now, I'm completely fine with that. That is, another situation to deal with entirely. And I feel like I would rather be like that and have my spikes of, oh yeah, I'm getting paid a lot and not getting paid a lot. Paid a lot, not getting paid a lot. And I have to deal with that on a constant infringement of a boom and bust cycle, which I feel like life is entirely.
You pay me in red.
It doesn't matter. Don't get me wrong, money is important. Everybody needs money because taxes is, obviously taxes, prices are always on the rise if you're in the US or just anywhere really, and of the such. But here's the thing. You have to take a risk if you want to reach greatness. If you want to be this person, I know not everybody wants to be great, and I'm sort of preaching to the choir here. But anybody can do anything. If you want that high podium, if you want to get up to the podium, you're gonna have to work, and you're gonna have to do what you love. It doesn't matter if this job's paying you a lot or if it's not paying you a lot. It matters if you're doing what you love. Because I believe if you're doing what you love, you have a passion, a desire, a purpose while doing it, you will make it work, and you will be able to make it successful in any way possible. You might not make minimum wage in the beginning. You might not make that for years. You might. You might
Come on.
get your whole family against you, or a whole lot of people against you, but it's not about that. It's about being you. It might be hard, but nothing in life comes easy, especially if you want to do what you want to do.
See you soon.
And that is where I believe everybody should be. Everybody should be pushing that narrative of, yeah, I want to do and be myself, never someone else. I'm ranting now a little bit, becoming a lot of motivation, I know. I'm trying to figure out if I want to end off there. I'm not going to lie, I didn't have topics for this. The situation just happened and I wanted to bring it up. So I just wanted to throw it in here. The biggest thing, though, in the end, take that. I want you guys to take that. Just know, be yourself. There's nothing else for you to do in life, because you can't achieve anything without it. You really can't. And take risk. It might seem hard, but do it. As anybody who, as a person who watches and listens to a lot of motivational stories and of the such, you might have a time in your life where somebody might kick you down, or you might have a time in your life where everything seems bad, or you might have a time in your life where you sort of get to the point of like, all right, let's try being me, or let's try doing something I want to do and quit my other job. It might not work out in the beginning, but it will work out in the end. For example, Peter Dinklage. He was at a bank, not a banking place. He had a data job, pretty much, where you work with all data and stuff, a whole bunch of stuff like that. I'll probably put the video in the description with them talking about it. And he decided, all right, next acting job I get, I'm just taking it, and that's what he did. And it was age 29 for him, and he just took it, stuck with it, and look at where he is now. one of the biggest things I feel like also a lot of people do, real quick, I'm gonna talk on this briefly. I can do a whole video on it if you guys want, and I might do one anyways if I feel the whole inspiration for it like this. Is everybody thinks that there's an age limit to you being successful, or when you can work towards being successful. Don't get me wrong, it'll be harder. It can be harder the older you are. Like, let's say you have a whole family, man. I understand that's hard, but it's not impossible. Nothing is impossible. I figure there's a way to do anything. Not even just in my opinion. A lot of people say that. There's always a way. You just have to be looking and work towards it. Keep on working, and guess what? There will be a breakthrough. Trust me on this. Just trust me with all my fiber of my being with that one. You can do it. It doesn't matter how old you are. A lot of people start later on in their life. You can literally look at one of the biggest things I say do if you're trying to be successful. Look at other people who are successful. I find it amazing to hear some of the stories you'll hear, because you figure out the more you've listened to these stories is it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what age you start. There's some people who got booed off the stage, and now they're the biggest comedian ever. And then you have people who started when they were 30, 50, and now look at them. There's people who started when they were 20. There's no generalization of how old you have to be successful. There isn't. It's made up. It's this social norm that a lot of people want to give into, and a lot of things that's what the world sort of pushes. But here's the thing about anything in anything in general. Everybody strives to be number one. Everybody does, that's the number one thing I think every single person does. I want to be the number one. I want to be the winner. Here's the thing. If you want to be the winner, you want to be number one, you have to be odd. Because think about it, number one is odd in and of itself. There you go. You have to be different. There's no, let me conform to the world. No, there's, alright, boom. And if you look at people who are just anyway successful or anyway thinking, I'm ranting again, I know. I'm trying to end this video out, but I have a lot of shit to say apparently. If you look at anybody who has any idea of thinking in general, I'm gonna say, as soon as you get out of high school, college level, colleges in general, professors, people who are depends on what you call successful. Yeah, people who you call successful, people who you say are rich, whatever, and they think with this differentness that most people don't think about. And when I say that, you have to think very crazily to make it, and it surprises people, because there's a lot of double standards with everything that I feel like a lot of people don't know. In my opinion, and not just mine, I'm gonna quote I don't remember her name, Superwoman, there, call her out, no YouTuber. She said this, and I very much believe it, and I know I'm not the only one. If you are gonna be good at something or great at something, you have to be obsessed just a little bit. And obsessity is, a bad thing. Everybody looks at it as a bad thing. Not having a safety net, everybody looks at it as a bad thing. All these things that we all say is a bad thing. If you look at a lot of people who made it, or a lot of people that we say are, oh yeah, they're living the rich life now, they did the opposite. They're like, oh yeah, we don't need a safety net, because I know if I don't have a safety net, I have to work my ass off to get it to work. If you get what I mean here. I'm gonna stop right now because I'm gonna rant on and on and on, and I have to go off to college here in a bit here. I still don't really enjoy it there. I'll probably stick it out for a year, and that's it. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and end this video off. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's way different than my normal, and I kept talking forever, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, click that like button. If you guys are new to the channel, click that subscribe button to meet up with me in another one of my videos. If you guys wish to be notified when I upload, click that notification bell so you guys will be notified in your email and on YouTube when I upload. Other than that, help me grow the Ocean Militia by sharing this video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, Snapchat, Instagram, or wherever. And I will meet you guys next LowTide.